Hello, my friends. In just a second, I'm going to share with you a couple of super simple, gentle spinal movement exercises. The reason for which is to help condition your spine and your brain into a healthier relationship. Now, as a patient in this office, you know that the health of your spine is directly related to the health of your brain, and the health of your brain and your nervous system, including your spine, is directly related to the health of your entire body, physically, mentally, and emotionally. So if we properly condition the spine, we can properly stimulate the brain in order to help ourselves adapt more easily. So if you don't exercise, then this is a great way to get your body moving. If you do like to exercise, but you have a lot of back pain or joint discomfort, this would be a great way to help ease yourself into it. And if you already exercise, I promise, even though these are as simple as they are, they'll be incredibly helpful for helping to advance and move forward the progress that you're getting at this office. So I'm going to stand up, I'm going to back up, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So very simply, we're going to do a couple of swirls of the spine and pelvis to help the brain differentiate between the joints of the spine, the joints of the pelvis, and how each moves in relation to each other. So I'll show you, and then I'll talk about it a little bit. So first, your hands are on your hips, and we're going to make these wide, sweeping swirls with our entire body. So our hips, our entire waist is the focal point. As you can see, my shoulders and my knees are moving too. Everything in my body is moving in a circular motion. And after about 7 to 10 of these, I'm going to go the other direction. Right? Seems simple, but I can tell you when I do this in person with people, and we move to the next exercise, a lot of times people can't differentiate how to make each exercise work. So here's the next one. Keeping part of the body still, specifically the shoulders, and allowing different parts of the body to move, specifically the waist, we're going to do hip swirls like this instead of whole body swirls. So right now my hips are going side, forward, side, back in a circular motion. Same thing, we're going to do that 7 to 10 times, and we're going to go the other direction. And I'll tell you, I want you to do this in front of a mirror and see if you can notice the same movements happening when you do it between this waist, whole body swirling motion and just this hip swirling motion. I want you to see if you can make sure that you're differentiating between those motions. Because what you're doing is you're conditioning the brain to identify different areas of the spine. And if our brain can find these areas of our body, it can help to heal and adapt these areas properly to the stress in our life. Okay, next thing is going to be the pelvis tuck forward and back, differentiated from the sacral motion. The sacrum is the triangular bone right at the base of our spine. From the base of our skull down to our tailbone is our spine. Right at the bottom we have this triangular bone that sits between the bones of our pelvis. So we're going to do 2 different motions front to back, just the pelvis in big sweeping motions front to back, like a pelvic thrust, right? Just the pelvis motion front to back like this, right? Now if you don't know how to dance, I'm helping you learn how to dance here as well. You can get some new moves going. The other motion is going to be even smaller. You're going to take your hands into a little triangle like this, and you're going to place them right along the base of your spine so that your fingers are where your tailbone goes, and your thumbs are straight across the base of your spine. And you're just going to move very gently just until you can feel that bone start to rock back and forth. So we're moving very gently just till we can feel that bone rock back and forth. And then differentiate and contrast that with the whole hips moving back and forth, the pelvis rocking back and forth. Again, it doesn't get easier than this, but to help teach your brain how to find and differentiate these areas of your body, you're going to start to condition your brain for greater control over the muscles, joints, ligaments, and bones in your spine, which is going to also stimulate the brain for greater health and help alleviate more tension out of the spine itself. Wrap it up with one more. We're going to add in the upper part of the spine with the shoulder blades and the ribs and the shoulders. And we're going to put your hands on your shoulders like this, just touching your shoulders. And we're going to swirl the elbows forward while also doing the pelvic rock forward, back, forward, back. From the side it looks like this. Forward, back, forward, back. And we do this a few times. And then you switch. And the pelvis and the elbows are moving in time with each other. And now we're getting a whole spinal rocking motion. And you should feel it from the base of your skull all the way to the tip of your tailbone, and your hips, your knees, and maybe even down to your toes. So that's the first series, the standing series. The whole body swirling back and forth like this, just the pelvis, right? Do that in front of a mirror so you know you're getting the differentiation between those areas. Pelvis rocking forward and backward, just the sacrum rocking forward and backward, even smaller motion. And then the shoulder swirls with the pelvic rocking forward and then backward. And you want to end backward because it's encouraging this open posture with the shoulders down rather than ending going forward, which brings the shoulders in. So end with the shoulders going backwards like this.